Good evening. We got a couple of folks that have popped in here, but we're not really doing anything special. We're just testing out some stream tools. We'll be popping off pretty shortly. Once we get it ironed out, we'll come back. Hey, lonely girl. How's it going tonight? That just popped on for a quick stream to test out. I need to get shoutouts working again and stuff like that. So I'm out here getting endeavors done and tickets and all that kind of baloney. But we'll probably open a more legit stream up later. I'll probably take this one and nuke it. There's not much purpose then to just check to make sure everything is back and working properly. But unfortunately, the only way to test it is to go live. Not all the things will show up in a display properly. So, since the game's doing game things while we're doing all that, we're kind of bouncing back and forth between them. Let's see. Lady Libidekara. Hi. There's some use of our new hi emote that we're just in here tooling about, trying to get some of the stream functionality working properly. Shoutouts didn't seem to want to work. And I think I'm going to have to go generate new code. I'm assuming is what the problem is. Here we go. I think this is what I'm looking for. we go. Let's see. Do I even... Hey Hex and Beast, how's it going tonight? I'm in here. It's pretty quiet. I'm in here just tooling about trying to get some of the stream content fixed. Shoutouts are broken and stuff like that, so trying to get that figured out. Let's see. Yeah, the bots are losing their mind a little bit. I know a lot of people have had trouble with it. That I was talking briefly uh, a few minutes ago as Soulkeeper was getting ready to go offline. He said he managed to get his fix, so that was a good indication that okay, whatever the problem is, might have been addressed. King Bobsy, how's it going tonight? Thanks for hopping in here. You've managed to land a super exciting stream. This is I might end up having to just turn this into an actual stream. and do something. We're getting a lot more people on a on a random troubleshooting stream than I expected. Here, let me see. Let me see. Does that work? No. Oh, is it coming through now? Ooh, that is super laggy. And the light's on the wrong side. I gotta get that fixed too. Oh my. Uh, that I'm doing okay. That trying to get some of this stream stuff fixed. I kind of just popped on here thinking it would take just a second and be done with it, and then dump the stream, and then come back and do a proper one. But that what happened to ESO? Nothing as far as I know. I mean, nothing more than normal. Let me see. It says 110 gigabytes update on PS5. Oh, 110 gigabytes. That almost sounds like you lost your install. That sounds like downloading the entire game again. Lonely Girl, is that something you know about on on the PlayStation? Did PlayStation get anything weird going on? Oh, new chapter. Well, there's a new update coming, right? But the like a new DLC. I don't know if there was like a maintenance. Doesn't sound like 110 gig. I mean, the game at large should be, you know, maybe something larger than 80 gig. But 110 sounds a little big. But 110 shouldn't account for just one thing. It should be, I mean, the entire game, top to bottom, should be that big or smaller. That games over time, of course, are going to get larger, and the size of the storage as a result has to get larger. But um, let's see. New chapter drops first week of November for console. Oh, really? So the Westfield zone doesn't exist in console yet? Oh, there we go. Hey, Mike, how you doing, sir? The man of all systems. I don't pay an enormous amount of attention to my Xbox, and I don't have a PlayStation to pay attention to. Not anymore. The last PlayStation I had was PlayStation 2, and it never had ESO, unfortunately. I'd probably still have a PlayStation if it had ESO. Uh, let's see, new update. So Mike, so is this 110 gig on PlayStation? Is that the new update? Why is it so big for PlayStation? Is that like a cleanup effort or something? Yeah, I was gonna say the PlayStation shouldn't have that. It should be something that just gets patched in for probably I just guessing shooting in the dark a handful of gig, not more than 50. Like I would even say 50 is a bit big, but 110 is nuts. What am I even running for? I don't even know what I'm going to get now. I'm on autopilot here, just running towards where the sky shard is because I've had to do it so many times lately. Oh, I need that out there. Hold on, I'm jumping out a window. I need that. I'm just here for the daily stuff. Oh, yep, died. It Death is a way of life here. See, your PlayStation didn't have anywhere near that size. Yeah, I don't know. That sounds like a complete game re-download or replacement in that case, is best I can figure. I wonder if your game got dumped or corrupt or something, but it sounds like the whole thing is re-downloading. Still pretty big though. I guess the game could be that big. What was it when this game released, Mike? Something 60 gig, maybe 80. I think it was 60, but they had some like 20 gig of trash in there, so it ended up being 80 or something like that. Yeah, I think 60 was about right, and then it's kind of climbed over the years, which makes sense. There's more content. But 110, I didn't think we were quite that high yet. But it's okay. I haven't really paid attention to it in several chapters. I think there was a cleanup effort at one point as well, where it got bigger and then it ironically got smaller when they made a cleanup. Uh, your Xbox didn't have any problem with storage. Uh, yeah, yeah, but there's so many games anymore that the idea of putting a disc in for anything is long past. So everything's downloaded, entire games, not just portions or updates or patches, but also the idea of I really hate waiting for those like 100 gig to download to play a game, and so of course you want to have as much on your system as you can so you can just play, so you don't have to worry about stuff. The annoying thing though is, of course, at what point is that ridiculous and there's not reasonably enough storage and you have to add all kinds of extra junk in? Um, oh, something's wrong with your PS5? Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. In-game library says downloaded game but not showing in download area. Oh, interesting. That well, hopefully it is not choking on you altogether. Hopefully it's just a bit of hiccup. Maybe some of that IT 101. Uh, get it cut off. Let it sit for a little bit. Uh, uh, Dump the cache. Clear the electrons. All that kind of baloney. And cut it back on. See if the gremlins left while you were not feeding them. Something along those lines. See where you're at after that. I'm just running over there because there's a big red X on the map. There we go. Useless craft mats. Oh, something to go scry. Almost the last thing I want to do. Let's see. So let me try this. Since we have a handful of folks in here, I originally started tooling around in here to try and get shoutouts working. And it looks like they're not yet.
Lead chips as a kid.
Oh, shout out players working.
If you don't follow Brito, it's because your parents preferred your older sibling over you. If you don't follow Brito.
There you go, Mike. So we
It's
got okay.
because you actually like pineapple on pizza. I don't know. I'm coming up with things. I ran out of ideas. It's late. You should go follow Burrito. Burrito.
So we got shout out player working again, but it didn't actually post anything. It didn't post a link or anything in chat. Okay, so we're partially working. Excellent. Okay. All right, lonely girl. So we have videos working again, but we still don't have the chat links. Let's see. Okay, that is from overlays. But that's still only part. Will that work? I wonder if some of these, it looks like they have some commands in there. Let's see if some of that will work. It doesn't look like it did anything. Let's try it again though.
That's fine.
Okay. So the
OTS
player's working.
strawberries, bananas, and blueberries. It sounds like a rather unappetizing fruit salad. Reykjavik says, anybody, I would follow the Queen Irene to the end. Well, I'll follow her end.
Okay.
Thank you, Zindabar, for that rot streak. You are on a streak. You are a streak. Hey, hey.
Okay, neither of the shout out commands are working. Sweet. And Lonely Girl, tell me if you see anything that looks like it's like I'm getting the syntax wrong or something there. Let's see. Oh, Twitch is probably looking for you to verify your account, King Bobsy. That's probably Twitch looking for a verified account, most likely. That's what that sounds like. I don't know if they've got something broken or something, but from the sound of that, if it's asking for a phone number or something, it's probably looking for an account verification or something along those lines. Twitch doing Twitch things. Yeah, Twitch broken. But I wish I was jesting, sir. That let's see, Twitch is doing that on you, but only for private messages. Hex and Beast. That's weird too. That man, I gotta tell you, I should do completely random streams that were not intended to ever be streams more often. It's I'm gonna have to keep this one. It's funny. It's not a great stream by most standards, I guess, or if you're looking for miraculous. Oh, that's a really cool picture or view. Man, that's wild. I like it. Um, let's see here. Let me see if I can get over here to somewhere else so that as I'm doing this, I can also do something that's remotely interesting in the game as well. Let's see. We got. Oh, we got all those things done, so that's good. Return these quests in, get our tickets for the day. Let's see, Lonely Girl, yours didn't do that, that's strange. Oh, hold on, wait, back up here at Hex and Beast. Yep, from one day to the other, Twitch decides to disable you from private met. Yeah, I don't know. It took me in Medic's chat. I would try and gift subs or stuff like that in Medic's chat, and that was the place I was trying initially. I found out it just Twitch hated my money. Apparently, they wouldn't. They just didn't want my money. And then one day I tried again, and all of a sudden they were like, "Yeah, I guess we'll take your money." It was really weird. But I probably watched and would try and gift subs on Medic's channel for, oh man, it had to be like 2 years. Um, like a ridiculously long time. And then one day I just decided, yeah, I guess we'll take your money. And it's been working since then. But yeah, it's Twitch has some really weird stuff. Yeah, that's bizarre. I don't know which of the things they do that results in what kind of situations or not. Let's see. Okay, so we got the shout out player working. Hold on, let's see where we're at. Still got endeavors, we got tickets. Yeah, we can go buy something with tickets, might as well. Oh wait, how long is this event actually? Event 6 more days, so that's 12 tickets, I think. So yeah, if I've got 12 tickets to get, then that is. Oh, I could. They have an event person in this zone, don't they? Let's see. Let's ride over there. Go this way. I don't even have to go to Craiglorn. It is a distinct possibility that I've got some settings not right, King Bob. That is actually why this stream originally started today. Oh wait, I don't want that quest. This stream originally started today as a troubleshooting effort because there was some stuff in the stream that's broken, like shoutouts primarily. Um, let's see, let's buy that one. There we go. We got all our fragments again. Brilliant. So this stream, if you look at the title, it's quick test. This literally was supposed to be a stream set up for 30 seconds. There was no expectation that this was going to turn into anything useful, and the goal was get in there, test that shoutouts are now working, and then probably dump the stream with the intent of coming up with a stream later tonight that would pan out and be less chaotic and seem like I actually know what I'm doing. Maybe. With maybe even proper lighting or certainly better lighting instead of this whole light behind me thing. There's supposed to be a light in front of me, not behind me. That requires going and changing the bulb on the one in front of me and then turning one off behind me. But we've been troubleshooting, so that if it's not one thing, it's another. Let's see, Lady Ladybell Dekar. Blah, 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 blah. That for whatever reason twists my tongue. Let's see, Lady Libe Dekara. It's okay. It's broken, but close. Let's see. Oh, that view is difficult to see, chat. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, do you need to teach me German again? Yes. I have never in my whole life been able to adequately learn any language, not even English. That uh, once the U.S. started classifying programming languages as foreign languages, I became quite fluent. In several unspoken languages, but as far as spoken languages, none of that ever came together for me in a significant fashion. Um, Stuff tied to science and in that case Latin, uh, and anything that's tied to Latin, which is not a lot of German actually. Um, I can figure that stuff out pretty well, but anything else, uh, I have a struggle with. Let's see. It's a long I and the E after the I is silent. Okay, hold on. So Lady Libe or Libe? Liba. Lady Liba. Oh, okay. Lady Liba Dakara. Okay. Oh, no, snooze that ad. I finally saw one coming up. Yeah, I'm gonna need some work. That's for sure. That I did manage to get some other emotes in and stuff like that. I got a high in there. That one seemed like one that people have and or like to use, so threw that in there. Um, it's not super creative. It says high and it has Twitch purple for the G in the background. It is what it is. Yeah, that one. Um, and then I put a raid one in because I kept raiding Mike and Medic and Man Bear. Well, not Mike, not Medic and Man Bear very often because they're normally off before I'm getting on. But more often Mike or some of the other later ones on. And I didn't have a raid emote, so finally got that one in place. Yeah, the angry toilet paper. That one is the entirely custom. Nobody else has that emote. there's there's an interesting story behind that emote. That uh, the face on that emote is from it is taken from and then edited a bit, turned brown for theme. The face on that is from uh, a mascot, a drawing of the mascot from my high school. Let's see. Oh, we haven't done. Wait, I'm still missing something here. Oh, public dungeon group event. Yeah, there we go. Let's just go see if that's up. That and of course the toilet paper is just a generic toilet paper. But yeah, nobody else has the angry toilet paper. Wolf's right, White Rose. Welcome. You've made it to the completely unplanned. Ironically, it's not like any of my streams are actually planned. Almost all of them are like, hey, I guess I'll stream right now. But there is a little forethought into it, like coming up with some sort of mildly creative name. But this one was supposed to be purely a 30-second test, so here we are 40 minutes later almost, and I guess we're keeping this one. We've ironically got more traction than expected, and so we're gonna roll with it. So my lighting's all wrong. Shoutouts are still not well. Shoutouts are halfway working. Oh, there we go. Alpha One, the wolf. Welcome. There we go. Thank you, Lonely Girl.
After a good dragon slaying, to my new home in Aradon.
There we go. Our shout out player's working, but the shout outs in the chat aren't working. We came in here to fix that.
Home. Somebody clip that.
Let's see. Yeah, this was going to be a test. It turned into not being a test. Oh, there's Soulkeeper. How you doing, sir? I came off your stream, Soulkeeper. That being said, let's get Soulkeeper a shout out. We came off Soulkeeper's stream this evening, and was heard that he had got his shoutouts working again. So I thought, oh, I'll give that a go. So we got half of it. I've got the shoutout player working, but the shoutouts in the chat seem to be still broken. So we're making progress. There we go. Let's see if it'll work. Is the player working? Oh, Alpha, you helped Soulkeeper. Yeah, that'd be brilliant. Yes, I've got Discord. For better or worse, I've got it. So I was kind of simultaneously trying to, yeah, same name on Discord. I've managed to land this name pretty much everywhere. Most places. There's a handful of places I had to make some modifications to fit in, but yeah, it was unique enough. I think I even show up in Google search pretty easily, which is nice. So I'm just running over here. There's supposed to be do a public dungeon group event thing, and this guy needs to get this one in here done anyway. So, and I need to get the Sky Shard. So we're just running over here to see if there's some other folks. Oh, we got to go all the way around. Forgot about that. There's some other folks in here, hopefully. This guy's not made to do anything on his own. He's made to look really cool, kind of laying it down. He does okay DPS, but he does very poor survival. Or, let's see, only one? Are they? Oh, okay, I guess they're going for it. Alright, let's see if we can help them. Worst case scenario, we die, right? But yeah, I've got all kinds of sideways stuff. The shoutouts were really the kind of the goal. I gotta not be lazy and go get my light bulb replaced so I can get my proper lighting set up again on my not great camera situation. The upside is all the space around me and stuff like that is coming together, so we're getting the office, so it is turning more into a studio and less of an office. So we're making progress. Sent me an invite, Alpha. Okay, excellent. As soon as I'm done here, I'll go grab that. Was there some kind of reason? Because I heard lots of people had trouble with their... Oh, Nancy V, subscribe. Thank you. I heard lots of people had trouble with their shoutouts. So I didn't know if there was some broader thing that something changed so it broke everybody or something. Oh, there we go. Ultimate on the loot. I guess the loot's safe. Alright, Mirror Smasher. We'll take it. Okay, so that was our other endeavor for the day. So that's clear. So we got tickets, we got endeavors. Let's run around the corner here and get the Sky Shard just since we're here. Who doesn't like having more skill points they don't need? Here's the catch though. It's not skill points that we need. It's the fact that it's a Sky Shard we don't have. Let's see. Run and grab that. Getting a little bit of lag. Hey, Mike, you don't know anything about ESO lagging, do you? You ever heard of that? I actually haven't been getting nearly as much of the lag as most people have been seeing. But right now, it is... The lag is real. Well, right now, we're going to have to start chalking it up to a feature. That you're getting lag on top of lag though, Hex and Beast. That you're gonna like just inherently playing sort of like if I go play on the EU server, same inherent unavoidable lag. Probably something like instead. Oh, good lord, yeah, I'm seeing 780 right now. Meanwhile, my frames are okay though. Oh, there's 999 plus. Excellent. For all I know now, I'm in a different dungeon altogether. Oh, back down to 250. That's somehow an improvement, but I'd expect 250 on EU. Like 250, 300, something like that. Assuming there's not sort of induced lag, Hex and Beast, what do you normally see? Do you like? Would you consider good ping rate something like 250, 300? Oh yeah, ads. Dadgummit. I ran out of ad dismissals. Where is... Let's see, is it over here? Where's that rock wall that you have to climb up in here? It's around here somewhere. Oh, okay, there we go. Reference. Back this way. And then sneak past that real quick. Did we sneak? Oh, here, we'll help. We started a fight, we might as well finish it. There we go. Okay. Wow, yeah, everybody's jumping around. I don't normally get this. C. Rob Daniel. Recommended jab. This is definitely a Templar. Pug King 73. How's it going? No lag on Xbox. So this lag thing is just PC. That we're doing some troubleshooting on that. I guess it's been maybe a week and a half ago, and it looked like that PCNA had some sort of anti-DDoS stuff running in front of it is the best I could make a guess on at the time. And I think what we found in the same check was that PCEU did not have that in front of it, giving us a weirdly better connection rate to NA, which is down the street, than to EU. We had a better connection to EU. It was wild. Oh yeah. So Hex and Beast. So you're getting 999 all the time now. Yeah. Well, if it's any consolation, it's 999 for people that are just down the street from the servers. So that you're only getting 999 without plus 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 as well is not that bad. Oh, and there was a big issue with PTS for NA for the event. Let's see. Oh, Alpha says your brother says there's none on PlayStation either. So it's purely PCNA, is what it sounds like. Yeah, the older Xboxes are going to have a little bit of lag anyway. Same as if you're running a lower end PC. But that kind of lag is going to be more lag induced by um, the hardware not being adequate. Um, but on a console, you shouldn't really suffer from that because they've built the game to be optimized on those platforms. That's why the PlayStation looks really good. They've optimized it for that. The Xbox looks almost as good as the PlayStation, not quite. And then of course PC, even though you could have a monstrous PC, it doesn't look as good as the consoles because it's not able to be optimized in the same way because it has to be available to work on a broad variety of hardware. That so I chalk it up to the trade-off is that while consoles do have the ability to be optimized, at the same time, um, I can use a mouse and a keyboard on a PC, which I use controller on PC on occasion as well. Um, but the PC has the options for add-ons and uh, other types of fun little toys. So I kind of chalk it up to it's kind of a wash. It just depends on what you're looking for and what you like to run. Um, let's see. Hex and Beast, it's yo-yo ping all day. Yeah, yeah. Um, oh, EU's had more yo-yo ping as well. The thing I was seeing about NA was, like I said, I don't recall having. This is the first day that I've seen the ping this bad in a while. Like I've seen other channels have it, and I just look at it and go, I don't know what, I don't understand why they have this issue because I wasn't seeing it. I would see other people in my house have the issue, and I just wouldn't have it. So it was sort of inconsistent um, in the way that it was working or not working. Let's see. Let me port out of here before mobs show up again. Let's see. Yours jumped 400 earlier today. It's normally 50 to 90. Is normally EU. Yeah, yeah. Like in the U.S. West Coast maybe could see um, upwards of 100, maybe 150 or something like that. But East Coast should be seeing, anywhere from 50 to 100. 100's pretty high for East Coast. I'm relatively confident that the servers are on the East Coast, relatively close to headquarters. I don't know that they're running them directly at headquarters if they're running them somewhere over by DC. There's a bunch of data centers over there they could be running out of. Oh wait, I just went on autopilot there for a second. We ended up running over to something we didn't need. Let's see. Let me bounce over. Let's see. Um, let's see. Could also be related to the weather. Yeah, I mean, if there's satellite connections and stuff like that involved, but the connection across to the EU from North America is a underwater line. It shouldn't be impacted by anything other than just plain distance. Um, but yeah, any kind of weather could impact other kinds of stuff as well. Other services, depending on how they're running. Um, uh, it really depends on the individual person and their ISP and how their connectivity works. And are they on a wire? Are they on Wi-Fi? Are they running an old router? Uh, what version of Wi-Fi they're connected on. There's a massive amount of possible contributing factors. Oh, there we go. Did you toast that one, Lonely Girl? I'm still learning what shows up and what doesn't. Let's see. I'm going over here, Alpha. I think I'm seeing your link here. Oh no, that's Lonely Girl. Okay. Yep, got you in there. And oh, Alpha. Oh, I sound like a PC professional. Professional might be a strong word. Somebody pays me to do IT. That I've been getting myself in trouble on computers for a really long time. I actually quite literally started out getting in trouble. That was basically how I started. Um, that the very first PC I owned, um, I got told before I could use it I had to read the manuals, which was definitely not happening. Um, and my mom found me with the entire computer taken apart and told me I got to get it back together before my dad gets home. And I got it back together, and it was, as far as I know, it was well 20 plus years before he heard that that PC got taken apart before it ever got turned on. That was an old that was a PC made by Magnavox. It was a Magnavox 386 SX16 with 1 gig of RAM and a 1-speed CD-ROM and a VGA screen. And originally it didn't have a modem. I upgraded it with a monstrous 9600K modem or 9600 baud modem. And then that what did that I got that one up to 14.4, and then the next PC went to 28.8 and 56.6. But yeah, I used to get in a lot of trouble. Get off that computer, go outside and play, do something with your life. In my junior year, I got an apology from my mom because she had been contacted by one of the recruiters that had come by the high school and told me that they'd be back the next year, and if my portfolio for graphic design still looks the same, uh, they'd probably be offering me a scholarship. In which case, they ended up doing actually. But now I've ran the gambit of IT, basically everything under the sun. IT and electronics across the board. Let's see. Let's see. Hex and Beast here. We all have internet from phone lines and no satellite. Uh, so if it's the main provider gets impacted with storms, etc., the connection becomes unstable and slowly, and they don't deliver at the usual speed. Yeah. Wow, man, we are. Let me see. Is that the system posting those, or is that you catching those, Lonely Girl? That we're getting bots dropped on us. They're sidetracking me. So you've got connections going over phone lines. Do you know if that's like a DSL or a cable kind of connection, Hex and Beast? Because that Europe has in a lot of places actually pretty robust connectivity compared to a lot of places in the U.S. The U.S. is ironically, for having so many people online, still has pretty trash connectivity in a lot of places. Mostly fiber. Yeah. See, the U.S. The problem is that the U.S. built all that infrastructure out long before most of the rest of the world, and like Japan has never been not on fiber or not on IPv6. That but the U.S. just has so much old infrastructure. There are some places in the U.S. that are still on dial-up. Let's see, Pug King, your connection is with cable company, underground buried cable. Yeah, the the major difference between your cable connectivity, anything that's on coax, typically can be chalked up to this. Um, yeah, Soulkeeper, no problem. We appreciate the lurks. Thank you, sir. Um, the drawback to cable connections compared to fiber connections is fiber is effectively going to be electronically a connection back all the way to your service provider, all the way directly to their switch. Effectively, you're not sharing anything with anyone for the most part. But on your cable connections, there's going to be a box in your neighborhood somewhere, on a pole, in a box, on the ground, probably above ground. The box will be, even if the lines are below ground. But it'll go back to a box, and that probably goes out and connects, you know, 10 or more houses in your area all to that box. And there's a given amount of bandwidth that goes to that box, and then all those houses share that bandwidth. So if you have a neighbor that has a kid or something that throws up some torrents or just starts really eating up the bandwidth, then for cable you pay for an ideal maximum speed typically, but your speed could get drawn down to dial-up speeds, and based on their paperwork, the service provider can say that they're still providing what their contract says they'll provide, which is they talk to you about maximum speeds, but they don't say they're going to deliver those or anywhere near to them. Where fiber, on the other hand, you'll get a lot more consistent connection, because you're not sharing with anyone. That connection is effectively going all the way back to the switch at your provider, with no sharing. It's not sharing till it gets to the provider. So it's a lot more stable in that sense. But of course, distribution of fiber varies pretty wildly. It's expensive to run. The U.S. government was supposed to be giving out for more than 30 years tax breaks to ISPs that were supposed to be going and upgrading with those tax breaks their infrastructure. And not surprisingly, they didn't do that until Google showed up and said, okay, we need people to pipe data to us because they make money on us sending them information. So Google came and said, we're going to start rolling out Google Fiber. And all the ISPs thought they were joking. And they went ahead and didn't do anything about it. And Google started rolling out Google Fiber. And all the ISPs realized not only were they serious, they were going to be good at it. And it was going to run the other ISPs out of business. So the other ISPs started rolling out fiber as well. Well, in that same stroke, Google got to learn about how, hey, turns out fiber's kind of expensive. So they stopped their rollout for a little while for that reason. And and the last couple of years they've picked back up and started rolling fiber out again. I don't know what the story is. I haven't kept up with it in enough detail since then, but nonetheless, kind of wild stuff out there as to what service you get and why, and all the factors involved. Let's see. You were playing PC ESO earlier today with no lag. Yeah, I haven't had lag the last couple of days when I'm watching everyone else and they're saying, "Oh, there's all this lag," and I didn't have lag, and I was like, I don't even know what to tell you, because people in my house had lag and I didn't. So, and they're all running on the exact same hardware, going over the same network, out to the same ISP, and they had lag and I didn't. So we know it's not any of the hardware or anything like that. It's not the ISP. It is something about the connection and how the server at ZOS is responding to us. I'm not getting an immense amount of lag right now. It's not great. What am I? I'm seeing 144 right now. Should be seeing a little less than half of that. But that, yeah, I've seen the lag even just since I'm here tooling around. I've seen it change a little bit. Let's see. Pub King says also Google didn't take of getting fiber near you, but did in other areas of San Antonio. Yeah, I ran into that same thing, Pug King. Verizon didn't want to put. Okay, Wolf is lurking. Thank you. They didn't want to put fiber over by me. I'm in a cul-de-sac, and everybody around me had fiber. And ironically, at the time, I could get cable internet and get higher speeds, like we were talking about. But the problem was that due to the population in the neighborhood, you'd be okay until people got home from work, kids got home from school, and then the bandwidth just went straight to trash. And so it made more sense. I got a much lower bandwidth, but I had a more stable connection to run DSL instead. And I don't know if it's still true in Europe, but I think a reasonable portion of Europe, if they don't have fiber, is still running DSL. But their DSL, as far as I know, has always been better than the DSL that we have in the U.S. on the whole. Haven't delved into the reasons behind that, other than just maybe better overall architecture to deal with it, newer. Hex and Beast, almost 2:30 a.m. So time to get some sleep. Get some good sleep, Hex and Beast. Thanks for hopping in here and helping us pronounce words and very, very slowly learn German. We'll see if we ever succeed. But enjoy your evening. Get some good sleep. Let's see. I guess the other thing. Let's see. Oh, I have another ping here in Discord. I'm watching for a ping in Discord. Oh, that's Lonely Girl pinging me back. Okay. Watching for that ping from Alpha. I think. Let me go back up in the chat. I think that was Alpha Wolf that said that, right? or Alpha 1 DeWolf. There we go. Let's see, Alpha 1 DeWolf. So I'm going back up and check because I'm not doing a great job of paying attention to stuff in chronological order tonight. So you made mention that the knowledge I had was back before Commodore 64. Well, it's I actually my origin of knowledge actually I've got knowledge of stuff now that predates Commodore 64, but the origin of my knowledge is actually on Commodore 64. So Commodore 64 still predates the first PC that I had by several years, but the school I went to was a really long way from being probably even wouldn't even be considered poor. They were a very very long way from much of anything. So while a lot of the other schools already had some of the Intel based systems, we were still stuck on Commodore 64. Which is why my computer teacher, or well, he wasn't even he was the computer teacher at the high school. He came over to see my CD-ROM drive because it was a one-speed CD-ROM drive, which that at the time was kind of a big deal because seeing a CD player at all was almost unheard of. Yeah, I went from predominantly running on Commodore 64s and writing code in BASIC and QBasic to riding on a 386 with 16 blazing megahertz. It actually had a hard drive in it, which was pretty interesting at that time too. 40 whole meg of storage. That it did run DOS, but on top of DOS on that particular machine, it had a little piece of OS called GeoCities. Not GeoSites, that was a different thing. That was online. It's, as far as I know, long since gone. But it was GeoCities. Oh, we gotta sell some trash here. Let's take, yeah, let's sell first.
Can I help?
Haven't been paying attention to what kind of junk we're picking up. Let's see, treasures, more treasures. We'd like the money is in our pocket, but getting rid of trash at the same time. Oh, house furnishing. Oh, I'll take that. Put that in my junk house. Now let's do some take them aparts real quick. Let's see. Oh, they're giving me another snooze? Nice! I didn't think they were going to give me more snoozes. Okay, there we go. Let's see. So Alpha 1, so you have a background in IT a little bit, sounds like. Oh, you knocked him out of the bed. When I'm standing in the bed. Okay. Here we go. Sky shards we don't need. Let's see. Hold on, am I seeing that right? Oh, that's interesting. That sub came in from YouTube. Interesting, which I'm not streaming to, but I do have connected. And I do upload these streams to YouTube. I think the last one I don't have there yet. We'll do this one and the other one this evening, I guess. Well, apparently Nancy appreciates those, so we'll keep posting them. Eventually we'll stream to multiple platforms in one go. We're just trying to get Twitch to cooperate today. Let's see, we're going down here and to the right, I think. Oh, is it? Oh, it's not going to let me snooze another ad. Well, for those on the other side of those ads, we'll see you when you get back. The Twitches aren't going to let me snooze another one. I'll have to see if I can get a Discord connection over there to you, Alpha 1. See if I'm all for exchanging knowledge. I'm not a believer that anyone knows everything. It's far more important to know who does. Knowing things is great, but all I've learned in knowing things is that there's a lot more I don't know. Let's see. So, wait, let's add a server. We don't want that. Oh, here we go. Okay, let's see. Where's the chat? Oh, someone's getting some of that. We'll roll out there in a second. See if we can find this. Do some of this hunting while we're on this ad break. Let me see if that'll pick you up. I think I saw... Hold on, let's see if we can get out here and help this guy a little bit. Let's pick his companion up. That'll help us all, possibly. Oh, here we go. Let's clear ads. Oh, nope, nope. Nope. I am not the get hit kind of character. Whoop. See if we can get some of these companions up to help. Come on. Come on, come on. Keep dodging, man. There you go. There you go. There we go. Let's whittle him down. There, nicely done. Okay, there we go. Now we can go back to hunting chat. Here, let's make sure we didn't miss anything. Nope. It's quiet. Chat's quiet. Okay. Gotta get that light fixed. That's gonna drive me nuts. Let's see. We are trying to dig up. We saw you give us the Discord name there a little while ago, Alpha. Let's I'll find it here in a second. Ah, here we go. It wants to... You know what? I'm gonna copy that. Here we go. Let's put this in Discord. Oh wait, nope, that's not doing what I hoped. Let's see. Leave that group. There we go. Okay. Okay, cool. Alright. I got a request out there in Discord now. That should be corrected. Okay. We'll go from there. Here we go. Oh, Zafira, how's it going? You're asking me if I needed help. Well, I mean, honestly, I always need help. But yeah, that was a whole bunch of shake and bacon. Let's see. What do we have? We've got Endeavors daily, weekly's done, tickets are done. And I've done a surprising amount today. Where I'm a little bit weirded out. We had all kinds of people show up. We still got people around. And the goal of the goal of the stream was weirdly to just do a quick test, as the name of the stream denotes. So I don't know what to say there. Let's see. Let's see. Edit stream info. Hold on. Let me see if it'll let me do this. Quick test. Or maybe a long test. Or maybe just a normal unplanned stream. There we go. Done. Okay, I don't know what that's going to do. I don't know how Twitch is going to handle that. We'll see, because I'll pull this down and get it uploaded to the YouTubes later tonight, I guess. Absolutely no plan, because whole thing as normal is unplanned. Zafira, I did get the shout out player working, so it plays random clips from whoever gets shouted out, plays clips from their channel. So that's working, but the in chat. What are we testing? I was testing I was trying to test the shoutouts, was what I wanted to get working. I got 50% of it working. The player's working now, but the in chat shoutout, where it gives a link back to the channel that gets shouted out, that is not working. Alpha 1, the Wolf, worked with Soulkeeper earlier today, and they got his figured out, because there's a bunch of people that have been having trouble, I think. And so Alpha 1 said he's got some ideas for it. So I'm all for trying to take advantage of existing knowledge where we can. Let's see. Okay, well, there's a bunch of motifs. So probably something got updated and things broke. Yeah, it's definitely that. Um, so the question is, what broke where, and what do we just need to get reconnected? Let's see. Um, that's not what I want either. Oh, the other thing, I'm not really troubleshooting, but I got to get a new light bulb put in. So it sounds like everyday IT troubleshooting. Yeah, more or less. That some things broke somewhere, the gremlins chewed on the wires, whatever the case is. Normal stuff. I just got to put the time into sorting through it. So here, I'm gonna queue up for a dungeon, I guess. Let's queue for a battleground. What's the worst that's gonna happen? They're gonna kill me. We'll see how that pans out. Let's see. We've got the great Mike making his stream, and let's get him going in the background like we do. There we go. So heads up, that's probably where we're gonna raid out to eventually. Mike is easily one of my favorite streamers out there. He plays all 6 servers, NA and EU, PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. He's a lot of fun to watch. I'd still watch Mike. I don't even care what he plays anymore. He almost exclusively streams ESO. Has taunted us with streaming other things. But if he streams other stuff, I'd still watch it. He's fun. He could stream a blank screen, and he'd still be a good watch. He is a far more entertaining character than I. Oh, except for when he's bugging you about being Canadian. There is that. There is that. Um, but is he wrong? That there's a lot of times when I strongly think about, do I need to go become Canadian? That the only drawback is that I've been enough places to know that any one place that has problems, going somewhere else doesn't get rid of problems. It just gets rid of those problems, and you just get some different problems. So that I'd say on the whole, the Canadians have been pretty good neighbors. I've got lots of friends in the gaming world over the years from Canada. One could argue even a weirdly high number. I just took stuff apart a minute ago. Have I picked up that much junk since then? I guess so. Oh, we already sold stuff. We don't need to sell again. Okay.
I love cities. The rude people, the noise, the chaos.
Let's see.
Is it strange that I find it comfortable?
Let's see. Settings. So we had someone was saying something about some of the other settings. Being a bit wonky. Wonder, is that under moderation? Is that what that's under? Let's see. Oh, okay. So here we go. Here's where this falls. Okay, I found the phone number bit. Okay. So the phone number thing is set to some chatters must have a verified phone number, and the setting for that, you can choose a bunch of stuff apparently. But the setting for that is currently chatters with a verified phone number must have an account older than 1 week. So that's a pretty light setting altogether. So it's mainly what that means is that if the bot accounts are going to create accounts to come in and drop into a channel and cause problems, they're gonna have to at least have that account sitting for a week, to not have to have a verified phone number associated. So that's that setting. That's pretty light. So yeah, if there's anyone that doesn't have a verified account in a week, then you don't have to worry about it if you've had the account for a week, which is the vast majority of people. Only new accounts would have to worry about that, and a week later they don't. And if that's too much for anyone, it is what it is. Best of luck. I'm not that bothered. that it's better than dealing with bots. Let's see. We got enough trouble with bots anyway. We got to have some measures in place. Otherwise, we just spend the whole stream fighting bots. Let's see. Domination. Okay. We'll stick with the group. Wait. They ran all the way over there to get to the same point. So you don't have to go all the way upstairs to get this. You can go just here. Bye. Nope, I'm dead now. Yep, that's okay. That, let's see, where's some places in Canada that I think would be cool? Places in Canada to visit that would be cool. Yeah, that was pretty decent survival for being a absolutely awful survivalist. I've got a friend that I played lots of games with in Ottawa, and I looked at Ottawa years and years ago. The idea that they ice skate to work when the river's frozen over is pretty cool. And the city in the spring looks absolutely beautiful. And I might be seeing a small subset of it or something like that. I don't know. But it certainly is interesting. Bye-bye. Nope, you're done, man. That guy's just doing a little bit of line of sighting here. We're gonna have to get our group. We can't sit here and sit on this. We don't have enough points. We need to go get some other stuff. We need to make sure that green is not getting stuff. There, if you're chasing me, you're not going to get other points, so it's good enough. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, skating to work is a rare thing in the country anymore? Really? That seems like such. I mean, I don't know how to ice skate, so it sounds like a really cool idea. I think though. But so I've seen some other places. I don't know if it's not Vancouver. I don't know if it's Ottawa or not. But I've seen places where the river freezes over. I've seen people out there. I think what was it a couple of years ago? They had the was it Women's World Cup? I think it was in Canada, and they had some sort of little soccer mini game situation going on out on the ice with. I mean, I don't think it was regular soccer balls. It was something else entirely. But that was pretty cool too. What else have I seen out there? Doesn't the NHL have a game every year that they do? Um, is it the All Star game and they play outside or something like that? Is that a thing? Have they done that out on the river before? Had the NHL game out there? Yeah, they don't always have that game in Canada. Sometimes they've had it in football stadiums in the U.S. or some other places, but they tend to play it outside. I think. I'm gonna go over here to this purple one. Oh no, I'm not. They can keep it. Take this green one. I actually really enjoy watching hockey. I don't watch nearly as much of it as I'd like. That I've changed my teams up in hockey over the years. Um, that started out when I was young, Gretzky fan that followed the Kings. Um, then when we went to the Penguins, followed the Penguins. Then Gretzky retired, and I was like, oh, I don't know that I was following any more than just um, a player. I wasn't really following a team actually. So I decided that I needed to find a team to stick with. And there's a purple guy here. Need to find a team to stick with, and kind of poked around and landed on. Here, kill me. I don't care. Landed on. I've stuck with for a lot of years. Not really with a lot of proper following, but I've stuck with the New Jersey Devils. Oh, Gretzky's from your city? Nice. That I've got teams that I have paid attention to over the years in several different sports, but really the place that whew, man, green just thumped me hard there. The place that I've ultimately followed the most, the sport is soccer, football, for those that call it that. That bunch of different teams in different leagues all over the world. Um, not shockingly, primarily English Premier League. Yeah, probably my two favorite sports is probably soccer and hockey. Just about everything else is secondary. Man, we took third. We almost had the win in the bag, and we took third. That's rough. And green was just running around killing people. I think purple just played the objectives. I don't. They didn't kill much. They just found the objective that was an easy target and took it. So we didn't get our bonus out of that. Let's see, Lonely Girl. You don't follow hockey at all? That is that allowed in Canada? That's like Brazilians not following soccer, right? Canadians born, then the first thing they receive is a hockey puck. I had a friend from Brazil that told me that in Brazil it's a real thing. When you're born, the first thing you get is a soccer ball. I'm sure that's not true across the board, but I wouldn't be shocked to hear that if it's true in a lot of cases. Let's see. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to tool around a little more with these settings. Let's see. Lonely Girl. Ha, yeah, pretty much. But you're a fan of the Canadian invented game. Yeah, yeah. So it's something that you don't really follow, but you'll enjoy it if you have a chance. I mean, um, that's kind of where baseball for me. I really don't like watching it on TV unless it's some historic game or something. Then I find a little more interest in it. But I enjoy going to a baseball game, um, and then you're there for atmosphere. Um, it doesn't particularly mean that I'm watching the game that much. Um, but my baseball team is the A's. That I've kind of stuck with them for just blind. That's the team I chose when I was really young, and me and my best friend have just stuck with them.
Can I interest you?
He pays a lot more attention to baseball than I do. Let's see. Basketball was invented in Canada, and you're a big fan of that. Oh, there you go. That I do like basketball. Um, that grew up as a Lakers fan. I'd say probably still the same. It, I don't really follow it that much anymore. The the NBA in general, I've become more or less disenchanted with. WNBA has never really been something I followed that much. Although that Caitlin Clark is making a little bit of noise. Interesting to see what's coming of that. Uh, I have been getting a little bit of that noise. Um, so we'll see where it goes. But yeah, probably basketball. I prefer watching college actually. That the college games. My college team's North Carolina Tar Heels. That picked them up when I was young too. I mean, let's be honest, that's a pretty easy team to follow on the whole. I mean, they're pretty consistently good. Uh, Even when they're having bad years, they're still in the top 10 or top 5 even possibly. Um, that so it's not really a struggle to appreciate them in that case, unless you're a Duke fan, and then you really don't appreciate some Tar Heels. That's okay. That sat through some solid games with a lot of Duke fans. Had fun watching. That I don't take probably the only sport that I take with any level of seriousness for the most part is soccer. Everything else I enjoy it. I'll pick a team to have a team, but uh, I'm not that bothered if they don't win. I'm pretty easily shrug it off. Um, Soccer, on the other hand, I will scream at the TV knowing full well the ref can't hear me. It depends. Um, let's see. see if we can get a cheese dungeon. We'll see what happens here. See if we got some junk to put in the bank for someone else to learn stuff. 76. Oh, we're not going to have much space for very much. We'll put what we can. Let's see. Let's put the purple stuff. That'll raise his level the fastest. I guess we'll put a couple of blues. And the rest, I guess I'll go put in the guild bank for space. That, let's see. Oh, you're for the evil team. Is that a reference there, Lindley Girl? Is that a reference to the fever? That's Caitlin Clark's team, which I'll be honest. Oh, Lakers. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I'll be honest, I didn't even know. Like, if someone told me a WNBA team name, I might be able to go, oh, I think that's a WNBA team. I had no idea the Fever even existed until it made it into my X stream of content when Caitlin Clark started making noise over there. And then I still only see it if there's some sort of nonsense going on there. But Lakers, on the other hand, I actually can't tell you the last time I watched an NBA game at all, even the Lakers. But growing up, my dad was a fan of Larry Bird, so he was a Celtics guy in that case. And I like Magic Johnson. Yeah, there's a bunch other players that I just like watching the players in general. But I don't think I haven't sat and watched an entire game in years. But lots of really good players that are still fun to watch. I just don't normally watch an entire game. If we go to eat somewhere and they have it on, I'll watch then. But I'll rarely go out of my way to go find a basketball game. Occasionally, if I'm flipping through and I see, oh, there's something on, yeah, I'll watch for a minute. They go to commercial, I'm probably gone, unless there's something really interesting happening. But the NBA is you can get some really good games sometimes, but a lot of the time it puts me to sleep. Too much either just shoot from distance or go in and dunk and not a lot of defense. I wish you get a lot better quality. I think a lot more diversity in the game in college. But all that being said, I don't really actively watch either one.
Welcome to the Bank of Wayred.
Let's see. Let's put these fooleries in there and these enchantments. And we can go ahead and let's just learn these real quick. What is the guy in the NBA that's making a lot of noise there? Is it I get his name mixed up with a tennis player. Is it Djokovic? Is that the right name? That guy's done some crazy stuff. Here, let me see if I can find. As soon as I see his face, I'll know who it is. See if I can look him up. Oh, I don't want to look at whole rosters. Ugh, that's just a long list of names, 600 players. I gotta dig through that. There we go. Top NBA players. Oh, top 100 NBA players, 24-25. Let's see. What do we got? They got. Oh, they started at 100. Oh, that's silly. Okay, they're gonna make me go all the way to the bottom of the page because the people I'm looking for are easily in the top 10 for sure. If they're not, I'm gonna be shocked. So there's 30. It's still drawing stuff in. Oh, is that what I'm not? That doesn't look like the face I'm thinking. It can't be Jokic. Hold on. Might be. Oh no, there we go. Luka Doncic. Doncic? It's something like that. Anyway, that guy's out of control. He's rated number 2 here. I mean, the other one I think I have heard of as well. Jokic, Nikola Jokic, and what is that? Luka Doncic. It that Luka. That's the one I was thinking of. That guy's out of control. That is a fun watch right there. Luka, future number 1. Welcome to chat, Somber Lotus. Yeah, I was a little bit. I wasn't that surprised to see him in the top 5, but if he's not number 1 now with the stuff I've seen, which I haven't paid a whole lot of attention, but the few things I've seen, how he's not number 1 by a margin is kind of weird. I think the stuff that guy manages to pull off is insane. Yeah, highlight reel every game. ESPN could just have his stuff and they'd be fine. Just show him, and unfortunately, not that no one else is doing anything, but they would get their views if all they did was focus on him. It's ridiculous, and maybe they do. I don't know. I don't watch the reels that often. Normally someone's got to spew it into some sort of social media. Typically X anymore. If it doesn't show up there, I probably don't know about it. Too many places to follow too many things. Let's see, he's always been this good. They only started really hyping him now that he's has a good team and is winning. Oh, they actually don't. They don't show his reels. Well, they should. They're out of their mind. That he lit it up pretty good. I didn't watch much of the Olympics, but I already did well there as well. He's not going to have the resources at his disposal in the international space like he does in the NBA, but nonetheless, that he has half decent players around him, and they're going to be dangerous. Let's see. The Notoriously don't give him coverage before this year. A Slovenian team, so didn't even qualify. Small country. They went to try though. Oh, okay. Well, that's unfortunate. That there's soccer players like that the the they have a good player. Um, Egypt's a really good example of that. That they've got one of I would say one of the best forwards in the history of the game. That Salah is a monster. He plays for those that don't follow soccer as much. Salah plays for Liverpool in English Premier League. That man's a monster. And Egypt's not horrible. I mean, they're not going to win any World Cups anytime soon, though. But that's more or less an example of a country that has a really top-notch player and just is never going to be able to deliver any kind of serious cup for him or something like that. So anything he gets will purely come from playing for Liverpool. Good grief, do we have a tank? I mean, someone's keeping me alive, I'll give them that. Let's see, Joe Embiid decided to become a U.S. citizen. He was able to play this year, otherwise he would have played for Cameroon. Oh, interesting. Luka would never become a U.S. citizen, though. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. And I think with the way that the rules play out, maybe it's different for the way that it plays out in Olympics versus World Cup. I paid a little more attention to some of that stuff for the World Cup, but normally if you show for a particular country, you don't get to change teams down the road. I don't know. I guess the Olympics might not do it that way. But yeah, young players and stuff like that. That is true for players like Saka that plays for Arsenal. He could have played for Nigeria or for England. And I think if he would have went and shown for Nigeria, he would have never been able to play for England. Yeah, Jokic is from Serbia. Yeah. I remember recalling that they have a fairly good shot, but don't they have several players from that country that play in the NBA now though? Like they've somehow produced NBA players over some decades now, which is pretty impressive. Like there's quite a lot of foreign representation in the NBA that historically has not been there. I mean, historically, if you weren't from the U.S., just the odds of being able to produce any kind of good players was almost completely non-existent. So this group is utterly ignoring the mechanic here. I don't know why I was shooting the tiny snake over there earlier. It didn't make any sense. But more or less, this clearly you can just stay here and survive it. But you used to see groups actually wipe if you didn't go get under the shield that you don't want to kill the little snake because he generates a shield that when the mob screams, you can go get in the shield and it protects you. So there is a mechanic. Hopefully, okay, good. Someone turned the knob. Completely not paying attention. Let's see. Yeah, France has produced a lot of players. That's true. And Canada, where you live, is an amazing team this year. Um, yeah, I agree. Yeah, there's a lot of places that are producing a lot more quality in the NBA space. But there's also some places that, um, like when you think of Canada, you don't particularly think of basketball up front. I mean, if you had to ask someone at random, they're gonna go hockey, right? Um, but uh, somewhere that you wouldn't think of basketball, they ironically does a lot of basketball that, as far as I know, has almost no serious representation. Is the Philippines. Like they take basketball really seriously. Um, a bunch of different travel vloggers and stuff that I've watched. Um, they don't mess around with their basketball in the Philippines, but at the same time, uh, for all the basketball they play, um, there's not an enormous amount of players coming out of there. I mean, they're not going to have monster players coming out of there very often. I don't think they're going to have shorter guys for sure. But for how much time and effort they put into it in general, it's a little bit shocking that you don't see uh, more players from there showing up. Even if they're not making NBA, to see them elsewhere, university and stuff like that or whatnot, because or any other kind of leagues. I know that Canada has Canadian Football League, and the players there compared to like NFL players are much smaller, uh, and the league plays differently as a result. Um, they have some different rules. I saw a rule the other day for Canadian Football League that threw me for a loop. I'm trying to think of what it was. Oh, it was field goals. Um, field goals. If you miss the uprights, um, you still get 1 point instead of three. And I didn't even know what to make of that. I don't know if I like that or don't like it. It definitely threw me for a loop, though. Let's see. Oh, Doug Ford trying to get an NFL team there. Yeah, I could believe that. I could believe that. I'm a little shocked that there's not already an NFL team in Canada somewhere. Um, I think the drawback would be that getting an NFL team would be one thing, but while that really won't change much in the way of the NFL itself, um, is that seen as a direct competition and problem uh, for Canadian Football League, or are they just so are they different enough, and the fan base is different enough that it just doesn't matter? I don't know. I don't pay attention to either one enough to know for sure. Clearly, I know they exist, but beyond that, it rapidly falls off. We're just going to this door because it's fun to run through and climb this ladder. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there. I'm sure there has to be talk like that. Like, um, I don't know if the NFL sees that as like, oh, a foot in the door. Or, yeah, Oh, same as the NBA. Well, is there a Canadian basketball league? I've never heard of that. Um, that it turns out Lonely Girl's a bit of a basketball fan.
We don't like trouble here.
That I did really enjoy playing basketball growing up.
Welcome to the Bank of Wayrest. In times of
That I did briefly end up with opportunity. I went to college and got picked up for soccer, but because I'm taller, of course the basketball coach was like, "Hey, come give this a go." But the idea of trying to keep up with both would have been too much. So we had myself and one of our defenders um, on the soccer team, which he was a clear candidate for basketball by most people's standards. He was a monstrous Nigerian guy, absolutely enormous. We had one defender that was struggling to meet 5 foot, and then one of our other defenders was I think the Nigerian guy. He was like 7'1". That just a monster of a soccer player, monster of an athlete to begin with. Um, yeah, I don't think there was any offense that saw that defense and thought I could take that guy. Not if you're in your right mind. And I think people look at him and go, "Oh, I can get around him quick." No, for being a big guy like that, he was surprisingly agile. That good luck getting any head balls on a corner is not going to be a thing. He for sure is getting there before you do. You know what I'd like to see? Tell me about across the hockey space. Um, I haven't really ever paid attention. There's some hockey players that are quite small. In some are surprisingly a lot smaller than you think they would be. Just because all that gear makes them so much bigger. Particularly goalies. Not that goalies are small per se, but that the guys that climb out of the gear, you're like, wait, where'd the rest of the goalie go? Um, but are there any really big, like really tall, monstrous, like high 6 foot, over 7 foot hockey players? Has that ever been a thing? I mean, you think it would be more often than it probably is. I mean, because all the countries that are playing hockey, for the most part, they're producing some big people often. It's is all of like just take all the cold space, Russia, Northern Europe, um, Canada, northern part of the U.S. is there. There's a lot of big people to choose from in that space. I'm kind of surprised that there's not monstrous people there. Let's see. Pre-roll ads are disabled for 34 minutes. Well, if they could just disable them for like 34 days, that'd be sweet. Let's see. Oh, their ads are still going for another minute. Glorious. Let's see. So, okay. Let's see. Man, now I've run into two Canadians that don't follow hockey. I didn't know this was even a thing. Let's see. So Somber Lotus, I don't really follow hockey, but I do remember uh, Shara I'm guessing Chara, Kara. It's one of those maybe. Recently retired defenseman. It's a foreign name for sure, so I'm definitely getting it wrong. Was 6'9". Oh, that is a big dude. One of the hardest slap shots in the league too. It's someone that big. I mean, are they even using a stick, or are they just actually slapping the puck? That's pretty big. Let's see. So you got Orchera played for the Bruins. Uh, is he a pretty big dude? Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of big guys. It's far more common to see surprisingly small guys in hockey. I think. Like I've seen some guys get out of their hockey gear and it's what was even in the gear in some cases. They're surprisingly small, and some of them with some really dangerous strength that you would not see if you hadn't seen them do it on the skates. You wouldn't even believe that it's possible. And Ty Dami was tiny, but one of the toughest enforcers ever. Yeah. Oh, it's yeah. I don't think you can't take a hockey player and be like, oh, that guy's big or that guy's small, and make a determination. Um, uh, who's good at throwing hands on the ice? I don't think you make that assessment very easily just looking at a guy. There we go, Stereo at View. What's up? Welcome in here. We're carrying on about all kinds of stuff. This stream was not intended to turn into a legit stream, although it weirdly has been probably one of the most interactive, and we've covered so much weird space. We've talked a lot about all kinds of sports. We're stuck on hockey right now, with a couple of Canadian basketball fans. So how we got there is beyond me. Oh, you got a new joke? Yeah, throw it down. We'll see if Lonely Girl lets it through. Let's see. What do we have? We'll see if this turns into ginormous after dark. Let's see. It might as well. The way. Let's see. Somber Lotus, you literally clicked on the stream and you mentioned Luca. Yeah. What are the odds? Let's see. That's a good one, Asterial. I suppose depending on how that's taken, there's distinctly different scenarios. Let's see. Let's see if we can go. Let's see if we can go pick up some junk on this other character, clean out the bank so we can put more junk in. Because moving the junk around is at least 5% of playing ESO. Whether you have the sub or not. So for those that don't have the ESO plus, one, highly recommend getting it. It is a huge help. However, as Medic would say, if you're a collector of many fine goods, more space does not particularly equate to anything more than you having more stuff in a space. More empty space is very quickly taken care of. Let's see, Stereo View, you can't stay long, have end of evening things to do, but wanted to pop in and say hello. Well, we appreciate you stopping by. That good to see you still out and about, dropping by, giving us some trouble.
Young, but I'm good with numbers and handling gold. Nothing's ever gone missing from my coffers.
Let's see, Guild Bank. Let's go grab some of these hooleries we dropped off. A little bit of this. There we go. Let's take this stuff apart real quick. We'll see if we can't go get ourselves in some more trouble.
Thing is junk. It's all just treasure in need of a good whack or two. Save yourself the trouble, eh? I've got the broken down bits right here.
That Oh, there. Oh, nice. We're 50. We don't have to do jewelry on this character anymore. Thank God. Still have some enchanting to do though. All right. Well, no more jewelry. That's enough of that nonsense. Okay. Go back and have some space to dump some more junk into. Let's see. Where's that at? This guy. There we go. So we're gonna try and get more of the stuff working on the stream here, the shout outs in particular, because we like to recognize the other streamers as they're coming in and stuff like that, and get you guys in touch with some entertainment that it's not difficult to find better quality than you get here. So we appreciate you dropping by. That today the game. Well, let's be honest. The quality of the gaming here is not particularly high to begin with, but the conversation in chat today has been really interesting in my opinion. So that didn't think we'd be talking about almost any of the stuff we're talking about today, because I didn't think we were going to be talking about anything. I thought the stream would be over after I did a test in 30 seconds. But here we are, 2.5 hours later. So we're going to see if we can get more stuff working, get some more of this lighting situation straightened back out. We're going to keep trying to improve this thing. If you don't mind putting up with us once in a while, give us a follow. But I think that we're going to see if we can go raid out to Mr. Mike Macon for the evening, and we'll see if we can't get a few more things fixed before the next stream. We got a little bit done today, but that thanks for popping in and hanging out with us and giving us a hard time or carrying on with everybody. It was a fun day. Didn't see it coming. let's see. So let's go see if we can bother Mike. That tell him we said hi. For anyone that's following us, we do have now a new raid icon. So throw that down for us, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thank you, Lonely Girl, for keeping track of everything for me. Appreciate you.